Put them on, strap them up. Buckle up, click on the ticket, fellas. Woo! Let's get it. How you feel? Fire! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! How you feel? Fire! What are we gonna do? Break down! Break down! Break down!
State Champs Extra Point is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Also brought to you in part by Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughraiser.com for details. Van Andel Institute. Get involved. Join us at purplecommunity.org. Henry Ford Health System. Together, we can. Imagine Theater and Star Lanes in Royal Oak, your ultimate entertainment destination. And our friends with the United Auto Workers and Chrysler.
Hey everyone, this is the show that caters to you, the high school football fan. We call it The Extra Point. We're presented by the one and only Lawrence Technological University. If you're considering a university, I am telling you, you have to give LTU a look. Plan on checking out a blue and white day tour. Go to ltu.edu for details. I'm Lauren Plant, and this is Metro Detroit's football show. We were everywhere this week. Tons of football highlights ahead, including big games from the Catholic League, the PSL, the OAA, the SEC, the MAC, and the KLAA. Hometown star and Tennessee Titan Mike Martin has a brand new football drill you can do right at home. FRACASSA weighing in on the new contact rules in practice. Highlights get us going. Here we go.
We begin in the KLAA. Two unbeaten teams in the South Division squaring off. Livonia Churchill and Plymouth head-to-head. Churchill in red looking to start 4-0. Got the party started in the first quarter. The senior Paul Romaine takes a handoff and see you later. 73 yards to the house. Chargers led 7-0. LC kept bringing it. Second quarter, Romaine back at it. Lead increased to 14. Right before the half, talented senior quarterback Brian Also Brooks will connect with Steven Szymanski in stride. More of the same in the second half. Night to remember for Romaine. Down the sidelines, this was a 45-yard score. Romaine with 260 yards rushing, 4 scores. Livonia Churchill shuts out Plymouth 42-0. To the OAA red now. Rochester Hills Stony Creek with a tough task in front of them as they would try to corral the Clarkston Wolves. 16-game winning streak for the Wolves on the line. Clarkston in white would strike early and often. Senior quarterback DJ Zazula hooking up with Merritt Canada, 32-yard touchdown. Wolves continued to flex. Zazula finding the junior Mitch Heaton this time. Clarkston led by 14 after the first. The Wolves would prey on the Cougars all night. Zazula would toss his 4th touchdown pass in the first half. Jacob Fisher on the receiving end, the defending D1 state champs playing like it. Clarkston beat Stony Creek 35-14, winning streak now at 17. Back in the KLAA West Division matchup, Brighton taking on Grand Blanc. Second half action for Grand Blanc. Check out the work here by Zach Leadham, refusing to go down. 40-yard gain into the Brighton red zone. That would set up Trey Avery diving in for the go-ahead score. Grand Blanc goes on to beat Brighton 13-10. Now to the Detroit Public School League. Detroit Northwestern Collegiate Prep at home to take on Mumford. Will pick up this game in the third quarter. Colts down 16-0 until junior quarterback Danny Witt dumps to John Dozier. Watch the senior go to work. 70 yards to Pater. Collegiate Prep down 16-8. But Mumford dug in and pulled away. Senior quarterback Monte Stewart to Deshaun Foster makes the diving touchdown grab. Mustangs back up 16. In the fourth, senior Maurice Ingram will find the end zone. Mumford beats Collegiate Prep 44-8. Mustangs move to 3-1. Now let's take a look at a couple of the Saturday contests. Mike Gerlitis on the mic. crossover in center line as the Panthers host the Titans of Warren Woods Tower. Tower getting on the board first, senior Isaiah Swift muscles his way in for the score. Tower up 7-0 after 1. More from the Titans in the second, and once again, it's Swift doing more of the same. Tower with a comfortable 14-0 lead. Just minutes before halftime, that would change. Senior Ryan Walker on the QB keeper, taking it 16 yards to pay dirt. Center line down 14-7 at the half. Titans prove they are indeed a second half team. Senior QB Darius Jordan connects with Andrew Zanetti for 28 yards. Warren Woods Tower never looked back from there. Titans top center line, 54-7 your final. We head back to Detroit. Martin Luther King hosting the Comets of Cody. We pick this game up in the second half. Backup quarterback Jeremiah Fuller gets it to the junior Donnie Corley for the 15-yard touchdown. Crusaders out to an 18-0 lead. It was all King on this afternoon. Colden Rogers getting the interception and taking it to the house. Crusaders rolling 24-0 after 3. Late in the contest, it's the QB Fuller getting in on the 2-yard sneak as Detroit Martin Luther King shuts out Cody, 31-0 the final. I'm Mike Gerlitis for Extra Point.
I'm Mike Martin, former Detroit Catholic Central Shamrock, Michigan Wolverine, and current Tennessee Titan. Welcome inside the trenches. Fellas, for some of you, this might be rivalry week. Gotta step it up a notch. Now this week I want to focus on footwork. To be a great football player, you gotta be able to move your feet, stay on your feet, and make plays. Now you always hear me about making plays because that's what we all want to do, and to win games, we gotta make plays. Now in this drill, we're gonna be working with some bags, weaving in and out, reacting to a ball, and change the direction. This is all about footwork. Defensive backs, this is all for you, you know, with the back pedal. Guys, running and exploding forward, it's for everybody. And just keeping a low base is important for all you guys. Uncommon actions bring uncommon results. Fellas, you gotta train hard and dream big, and good things will happen, I promise you. I'm Mike Martin, I'll see you next week.
Hey State Champs Nation, I'm Stephanie. Make sure you tune in to our brand new Legends special next Saturday, September 27th at 1:30 p.m. right here on WXYZ Channel 7 on the legendary Coach Tom Mack. Legends is presented by Guernsey Dairy, a made-in-Michigan company for over 70 years. Don't miss it.
We want you. We are Lawrence Technological University, and we don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students with a passion for hard work and good times, students who will move right in and shoot for the best that Lawrence Tech Southfield campus has to offer. So if you believe that everything is possible and that possible is everything, we want you at LTU.
My purple is defeating cancer.
My purple is my grandma.
Everyone has a reason for joining Purple Community.
My purple is fighting Parkinson's.
My purple is my mother.
Because that's where the fight to end cancer, Parkinson's, and other diseases begins. When you participate in a Purple Community event, 100% of your donation goes directly to research at Van Andel Institute. Get involved. Join us at purplecommunity.org.
Hi, we're the Northwood Varsity Cheerleaders.
And welcome back to Extra Point! Now let's get back to the highlights. David Bays, take it away!
Ann Arbor Pioneer looking for a little home cooking as they welcomed in their neighboring rivals from Saline for an early season SEC matchup. The Pioneers would get on the board first. Pioneer signal caller John Canuck surveying and dropping one off to sophomore Antoine Simmons, who slips a couple tacklers and goes on in for the 18-yard score to make it 7-0 for the home team. Late first quarter here, and the Hornets would jump back in it. Senior QB Trent Thiessen hooks up with Bryce Wolma in the back of the end zone to help make it a 7-6 game after one. Half winding down now, and the visitors were poised to make some noise. Josh Jackson at the helm for the Hornets, and he'll sneak one in to Cameron Cole, who secures it to help Saline take a 12-7 lead into the break. Jump ahead to midway through the third now, and the Hornets were trying to put this one out of reach. The terrific deception on this reverse would spring Jeb Palka for a 14-yard scamper and a 26-7 lead. Saline would add one more score later as they come into Ann Arbor and steal one from the Pioneers. 33-7, your final. We go to the Downriver League. It was Military Appreciation Night as Allen Park was at home to take on the Bears from Wyandotte Roosevelt. We pick it up late in the first quarter. Roosevelt in white down 8-0. It's the senior Cecil Green going on in for the 10-yard touchdown. The Bears trailed 8-7 after the first quarter. Roosevelt driving early in the second, looking to take the lead. Donovan Stewart teams up here with Todd Sotheby for another 10-yard tally, and just like that, the Bears took the lead at 14-8. But that lead would be short-lived as Antonio Maggiapane gets it to Antonio Rovere for that sweet 26-yard touchdown reception. The Jaguars went into halftime up by 1 at 15-14. It would be all Allen Park in the second half. Maggiapane dumps it off to Nate Bareilles, and the junior does the rest as he would go 58 yards to the house. That would help the Jaguars open up a 22-14 lead. And then in the final quarter, the Jaguars would put the icing on the cake as it's Maggiapane on the option keeper and going on in for the 35-yard touchdown. Allen Park with their first victory over Wyandotte in their last 6 tries. 34-14 the final. I'm David Faze for Extra Point.
We are back on set for another edition of Coach's Corner with Al Fracassa. Al, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm really happy, and I don't have to worry about the weekends anymore.
That's right. So Coach has got time, and he's here on set with us each and every week right here on Extra Point. We just like to pick his brain and talk about some things regarding high school football that he can elaborate on. And one thing we wanted to discuss is a new rule, Coach, in practice, and that is contact. Obviously, there's a lot of concern about concussions, things of that nature for kids these days, and they have limited it now to where you can only have contact in practice 2 days a week, and that's different.
You know, actually, the older I got in the coaching profession, the more I was concerned about injury. And actually, when I coached these recently 15 years, I used to be very careful when I say, okay, let's scrimmage. Maybe we go for 5 minutes. And then you were always concerned about somebody getting hurt, and you weren't, you know, it happened before. A couple of our good kids, you know, we lost them, and they couldn't play for the upcoming game. But I think it's a good rule. I hope the coaches are teaching it right, because it's important how you teach the skill of hitting with your shoulder and keeping your head up, because you eliminate a lot of injuries like that. And I think that coaches should really, you know, get down on those kids who put their head down, because that's where all the concussions happen. You know, you can jam your neck, and you can hurt your head.
All right, Coach, we've got a little bit more time allotted here, and we want to talk about what many people call the biggest football game every year. Detroit Catholic Central, Birmingham Brother Rice. This year it's going to be at Berkeley High School and on a Friday night.
Wow, I'll tell you what, every time I hear Catholic Central, I think of Tom Mack. That guy, when he played football at Wayne State, he was a very tough hombre, okay? Yes. And he played defensive cornerback. And his men on his team emulate his toughness. Coach Mack is a very, very good coach. I'm very proud that we played all these years, and I think we're even. I think he won as many as I won against him, and we are good friends today. If you ask me, who do you think is going to win? Well, you know, I'm a Brother Rice coach, and I hope Brother Rice wins. But it's going to be a battle, I'll tell you that. Coach Safran, who took my place, is a tremendous coach, and I'll be at that game for sure.
It is going to be a great football game. We are going to be there. Coach is going to be there. You should be there too. Brother Rice Catholic Central next Friday night, 7 p.m., Berkeley High School. Coach's Corner is presented by our friends with the UAW and Chrysler. Instead of rankings this week, we figured we'd bring back the buzz with Tom Markowski, a topic-driven discussion. Tom is here, and let's get right into it. One major issue that both the PSO and the Catholic League have in common: finding opponents to play outside of their division. Why?
Well, for one thing, you get somebody like a Brother Rice or a Catholic Central. A lot of teams don't want to play them. They're so powerful. But what they could do, and Vic Michaels of the Catholic League has suggested, is you play a championship game between the Catholic League and the PSL in the 9th week. What that would do, you put the championship games from each week at the 8th week, so that then you have the crossover the 9th week. And I really think that would draw a lot of fans. Let's just
the old Goodfellas game.
Yes, and you think maybe Cass Tech playing Brother Rice, for example, at Ford Field. This would ease a lot of scheduling problems too. A number of the Catholic League teams play weak teams from Canada, and look at the weak schedule that Cass Tech and King have within their league too. You get rid of one of those weak games, and you really make a strength of schedule. And also, I'm thinking about the fans, and how good would that be for the fans to have the PSL and Catholic League champion play?
Yeah, you're right. And talk about a great lead-in for the playoffs for both teams. All right, we give a mid-season update on who we feel is the toughest division in the state next week. It might surprise you.
Did you know that Michigan is the robotics capital of the world? Tune in to WXYZ Channel 7 next Saturday at 1 p.m. for our Beyond Sports special on robotics. With the Tom Mack Legends to follow at 1:30, you're in for a whole hour of great programming right here on WXYZ.
Fundraising should be fresh, flavorful, and simple. We have the perfect solution at Hungry Howie's, Dough Raiser. Your nonprofit organization can sell paper pizza certificates that your customers can redeem for one medium pizza at participating Hungry Howie's locations. Go to doughraiser.com to learn about, sign up for, and order everything Dough Raiser. Request a Dough Raiser kit for your group today. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Welcome to Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser.
You think you're getting past me? By the time you experience the world of pain. Here I come, Lancaster. Deep breaths, baby, deep breaths. Game on, Cancer!
Get in the game at GameOnCancer.com.
Define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's not boastful. It's about many, sewn together to reach one common goal. But in order to win, you must learn to work together.
Cheer team, welcome back to Extra Point. Now let's continue the football highlights as we bring it to Ryan Terpstra.
We go back to the PSL as Detroit Denby went on the road to take on Western. Pick things up in the first half. Denby in white looking for the first score of the game, and it's Adonde Calhoun going in for the 25-yard touchdown run. That puts the Tars up 8-0. Final play of the first half, and it's Adrian Hawthorne for Denby connecting with Jaquel Thompson for the 30-yard score as Denby goes on to win 38-16 is the final, and they move to 3-1 on the season. We make our way back to the Downriver League as Trenton was at home to take on Taylor Truman. Pick it up in the first quarter. Truman was down 7-0, but they are driving. Jojo Herrera gets it to Toby De Silva for the 45-yard touchdown. Cougars trailed by a point at 7-6. From that moment, it would be all Trenton as Tyler Deister crosses the goal line from 4 yards out, and the Trojans are up 21-6. Then later in the half, Brad Bowler finds his way into the end zone from 8 yards out. Trenton beats Truman 53-6 is the final. I'm Ryan Terpstra for Extra Point.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Rill, here for a Sports Medicine Minute on the topic of supplements. Supplements is a big issue because athletes think that it actually enhances their performance, and under most circumstances, supplements do not enhance performance. We've been through creatine, we've been through caffeine, we've been through protein shakes. None of these actually add to the performance of the athlete for the most part. Athletes who eat a well-balanced diet are in shape and participate in conditioning and strengthening drills preseason and during season perform at their highest peak. Supplements can be helpful under certain considerations for elite level athletes. For most high school, college level athletes, they actually don't help. If you're considering a supplement, you should contact a sports medicine provider to ask their opinion or your medical doctor. And I'm Brian Rill, talking about supplements on our Sports Medicine Minute.
Presented by Henry Ford Health System. Together, we can.
Hey everyone, do you want the most up-to-date scores of your high school football games each week? Look no further than StateChampsNetwork.com. Our brand new scoreboard feature is the quickest, most accurate way to see how your teams are doing each week. Go to StateChampsNetwork.com.
Interesting. Look, now that the Howie roll is ready to go for lunch, we need to assist our coworkers in making their way to Hungry Howie's.
By stealing lunches.
Stealing. I am inspiring. I'm motivating.
Who's the dead man?
Quick, eat this.
How's that taste?
Horrible.
Get a Howie roll with a 20-ounce Pepsi for just $5. Or get a meal deal for any size budget. Now that's an idea.
Hungry? Howie!
We want you. We are LTU, Lawrence Technological University, and is one of the nation's best schools for engineering, architecture, and technology. We don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students who want to change the world through technology, science, and design. So if you believe that possible is everything, we want you at LTU.
Hey, I'm Sean Belligian. It's time once again for the Coach of the Week presented by Lawrence Tech. Our selection this week as we stay in the KLAA from Walled Lake Western, Mike Zadebski.
Let's go! Let's go!
Coach Zadebski is in his 27th year coaching football and 21st in the Walled Lake schools, and he knows that speed is a big part of success on the gridiron.
All of our football players run in track, and then lo and behold, we have a good track team. We've won the division 2 years in a row. We've been regional champs in track 2 out of the last 3 years. And that's just because we have a lot of athletes, a lot of hard-working kids out there.
Success in track and on the field means there's a target on Western's back, something Coach is well aware of, and he addresses here.
When we talk about that year-round, how the kids are going to have to play their best game, because no matter who you play, they're going to play their best game.
Well, even after being a head coach of the 2013 East All-Star team and head coach of Team Michigan in the Border Classic, the goal at the end of the season for Western remains the same.
But you have your ultimate goal at the end of the season, just like everybody else. You want to practice on Thanksgiving Day, and you want to try to play indoors in that final game right there. So I think what pushes the kids and pushes us is just continually trying to get better.
The Coach of the Week is presented to you by Lawrence Tech. For more info on Lawrence Tech Athletics, go to ltuathletics.com. I'm Sean Belligian for Extra Point.
Hi, we're the Northville Varsity Pom Team. It's time to wrap up the highlights here on Extra Point as our Mustangs take on South Lyon.
If you prove to them that their goals have to go through Northville, their goals have to come through us, and you remind them of it on each and every play, and you dominate!
Coach Laddick firing up his Northville Mustangs at home as they took on the South Lyon Lions. This, a KLAA Central Division matchup. Looking to go 4-0 for the first time in a long time. South Lyon and Whitewood strike on their opening possession. Senior quarterback Anton Skupin connecting to a wide-open Joe Newman. He goes in for the 55-yard touchdown. Lions led 7-0 after the first.
Let's go Lions! Let's go Lions!
South Lyon trying to capitalize off a Northville turnover in the second quarter. It's scooping, making something out of nothing. He gallops into the end zone. Lions led 14-6 at halftime.
Second half, 0-0. Win the second half. Okay, first half's over. Win the second half, 0-0. Let's get to it. Do your job.
Northville, the four-time defending Central Division champs, hoping to cut into the deficit in the third. They would. Justin Zimbo finding time and finding Aaron Huggins for the 20-yard touchdown. They went for two and failed. Stangs trailed 14-12 going into the fourth. South Lyon trying to put it away. They would. The junior Trevor Tank steamrolling his way in for the 3-yard score. The South Lyon faithful feeling it as the Lions win 21-12. 4-0 for the first time since 2006. Wayne State the site for a Catholic League clash as 3-0 Warren De La Salle took on the 3-0 Warriors from Birmingham Brother Rice. De La Salle looking to beat Rice for the first time in 3 years. Scoreless game in the second quarter. Sophomore Alan Stritchinger will go in for a 9-yard touchdown. Pilots snag a 7-0 advantage. Brother Rice in the midst of a very long win streak. Mr. Football candidate Alex Malzone retorts. Pass to John Gary, 8-yard touchdown, 7-7 at the half. The future Wolverine Malzone heating up. Here, a seed to a wide-open Michael Roney. Game was tied at 14 heading into the fourth quarter. Brother Rice on the move for the go-ahead score. Malzone hooking up again with Gary, 12-yard TD. Warriors back up 21-14. But back comes De La Salle. Senior quarterback Joey Garbarino airing it out into the back of the end zone. Miles Charlie comes down with it. Hold the phone. We were knotted at 21. Would Brother Rice dig down deep and pull out another one over the Pilots? Yes. Bobby Dixon clinching it. Birmingham Brother Rice takes down Warren De La Salle 28-21. The Warriors' winning streak now stands at 26. Next week, a much-anticipated face-off against Detroit Catholic Central.
Now before we go, we need to say it again. Big weekend for us next weekend. We are hosting the show from Brother Rice versus Catholic Central. That's epic. Also, 2 State Champs Network documentaries will air next Saturday, September 27th on this very station, WXYZ Channel 7, 1 p.m. The debut of a brand new series we call Beyond Sports, an in-depth look at the history, growth, popularity of high school, collegiate, and careers in robotics. Then at 1:30 p.m., it's another edition of Legends, the life and career of Detroit Catholic Central High School's Hall of Fame football coach, Tom Mack. Join us for an hour of great programming beginning at 1 p.m. next Saturday here on WXYZ Channel 7. Of course, Sunday at noon, State Champs Extra Point. Don't miss it.
State Champs Extra Point is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Also brought to you in part by Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughraiser.com for details. Van Andel Institute. Get involved. Join us at purplecommunity.org. Henry Ford Health System. Together, we can. Imagine Theater and Star Lanes in Royal Oak, your ultimate entertainment destination. And our friends with the United Auto Workers and Chrysler.